Welcome to Armand Academy. Like and subscribe for more content and drop your doubts in the comments. Share with your friends and classmates. For private tuition in these subjects across all boards and universities, contact me here or the link in the description. Let's get started. Royal Glaze Ltd. continues to maintain its position as one of the largest consumer goods companies in the world. Its organizational structure is designed to facilitate the achievement of its objectives in alignment with its vision statement. The company maintains two distinct product divisions in its organizational structure: food and home care. Looking ahead, the company is focusing on embracing changes so that it can continue to be the market leader. As part of its expansion plans, it is planning to venture into the electronics segment in the near future. Identify the organizational structure of Royal Glaze Limited. Whenever we are doing case studies, always remember you need to know the theory. All right. If you do not know the theory, it will be difficult for you to do any identification or application. Anyway, from this, what do we know? Organizational structure, and we have divisions of two products, food and home care. All right. So it is very clear that your answer to part one is divisional structure. Divisional structure. Okay, you can include it as a sentence if you want, but make sure divisional structure is prominent or simply write divisional structure. The answer to part two, which I'm going to do down here. Draw the organizational structure chart of Royal Glaze Limited, considering its future plans to enter into the electronic segment. Okay, and now we have to draw the organizational structure. Okay, and the organizational structure for such a company, keeping in mind that it is having multiple divisions, okay, that it is having multiple divisions under, let's say, the CEO or the managing director. All right, so I'm going to look at the question and accordingly make those sections. All right, so obviously we start with the managing director. We start with the managing director. Okay, and then look at the products the company is into right now. And maybe, just maybe, we can factor in the electronic segment. Okay, so we have three segments: foods, home care, and electronics. All right, so we are going to do like this. Okay, please use pencil and scale. Foods. Okay, we have food, we have home care, and we have a proposed segment for electronics. So I will write home care, I will write home, okay, and I'm going to write it as it is, two separate words, home care. And then we have electronics, okay, and it is not ready yet. They're saying it is planned. If I go upstairs, they are telling me that it is planning to venture into electronic segment. So electronics in brackets, planned. Okay. And now in the divisional structure, what ends up happening is you have um, under each division, the departments you would normally see under the functional structure. Okay, so um, we have human resources, we can have marketing, finance. Okay, but stick to the divisions, subdivisions given to us in the study material. So we have marketing. Okay, we have research and development, R&D, but I'm purposely writing full forms: research and development, development, and the last one we have is purchasing. Okay, now both the study material and the marking scheme show a subdivision for the central division. Okay, I mean the marking scheme is still sticking to the divisions that are there in the study material, but our case study talks about food, home care, and electronics. So should we also do that? Okay, we should also do that. Now, uh, each of them, okay, we are not doing for food and electronics, but each of them will also have these same four subdivisions. But simply drawing this much is enough to earn you 2 marks, okay, for the diagram. Now, the last one, they've asked for three advantages of the organizational structure type, which we know is divisional structure. It's available in your textbook on page number 118, NCERT, okay, NCERT. And the same content is shortened and included in a study, in a marking scheme. Okay, so if we look at the advantages given to us in the syllabus, okay, in the textbook, we have been given four, we have to produce any three. And one of the main reasons you have a subdivision on the basis of product or service, which we call the divisional structure, is that you can concentrate, each division can concentrate on that particular product itself without getting distracted by others. It'll have a dedicated human resource department, which will have a better idea who to hire. It'll have a dedicated marketing department, which will concentrate on marketing of those products only. Okay, and similarly for R&D and purchasing. So the first, you can say advantage, right? If we have to think of the advantages of divisional structure, divisional structure. Okay, and keep in mind that you have to not just mention it as a point, single sentence explanation is important. Now, I'm only putting down the points, but you have to include the whole sentence. All right, so the first one is product specialization. Product specialization. Okay, and product specialization means that each division will concentrate only on that product, and accordingly, each division will have specific skills, okay, especially in the case of the division head, and that allows the head of that division to one day uh, maybe head the entire company. All right, so for higher positions. The second uh, advantage is fixing of responsibility. Now, if the division itself does not do well, okay, the division head and the people under that division are answerable. Eh, In such a situation, you cannot blame that the human resource department or marketing department, R&D department did not give enough of attention or efforts to your product or service line, because you have dedicated departments under each division for all of those functions. Okay, then we have promotes flexibility and initiative. Okay, why? Because each of them can take their own decisions, and they don't have to take permission from the, you can say, board of directors or CEO when it comes to making most decisions. They can do it themselves. They can come up with ideas based on the sector in which their uh, product line or service line is operating. Okay, and in that way, it becomes, the whole organization becomes that much more dynamic. Okay, they can quickly take decisions based on the situation in the market. Okay, and the last one we have is facilitates facilitates growth growth and expansion. Okay, and when we talk about facilitating growth and expansion, that means you can have a company which is running. Okay, you can have a business that is running, and you can increase the number of products and services that you are offering to the public by simply adding additional divisions. Okay, so it does not disturb the rest of the business. The rest of the business continues as is. There is no strain on the human resource marketing or R&D or purchasing or finance. You can say functions under every other division, because they've got a separate team under each division. And in that way, it becomes easy for the business to expand. And if necessary, hire more staff, get a new division head for the new division you want to set up. All right. Any doubts? Feel free to ask.